Okay, I'm back. Hopefully this works a little bit better and you guys can see me. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Give me some stars, happy faces, hearts, knowing that you guys can hear me and all that good jazz. I'm just making sure that I'm on. Okay, we're good. All right, cool. Hopefully this works better. Hopefully. Hello, Dwayne. Hopefully it doesn't cut out again. I have to look right there because I want to look at there, but then the camera's there. Anyways, okay. All right, cool. All right, I'm back. Hopefully this works out better. I'm looking forward to seeing if it works a little more gooder. Yays, right? A little more gooder, and then we'll be good. I am gonna refresh this just to see, because I need to see your comments. I got it like I got it on this view, and I want to make sure that. Okay, we're good. Oh. Okay, we're good. Okay, cool. Better. All right, better. Cool. All right, I'm gonna get in here so that I can see your guys' comments. All right, cool. All right, so as we were saying earlier, same thing, it's the same thing on the resolution. How many of you guys, again, I'm posing the question in terms of, are you okay with being okay? Essentially, are you okay with being okay? Sorry. And is it fine? Like, are you okay with doing what you're doing in life? That would be the... Sorry. Okay. But yeah, are you okay with just being okay? Is life comfortable for you? Is it happy for you? Or do you see yourself doing better and greater things in life again? And just to give a little quick update, and I'm going to come back to you guys too again. What are you doing to change your resolution in your picture, in your life, in what you see for yourself in any aspect or any dimension in your life? What are you doing? What is going to get you from being okay to great? It saddens me. It really does. And I'll be honest, it really saddens me when I see somebody breaking down, feeling hopeless. When I see someone mad because they're infuriated at the fact that the only choice that they feel they have is, A, B, or C, when they don't realize that there's many more to choose from. It makes me sad to see our people it makes me sad to see a lot of our people not thriving, period. Oh man. And it's hard to really realize and ask myself why, because it's not my place to ask why. It's not my role to ask. I guess it is my role because I am a motivational speaker and wellness speaker. And I always think, what can I do to help? What can I do to get them to start understanding that they don't have to settle for where they're at in life if their life is not as happy as they want, A lot of people are scared to leave the reservation because it is comfortable. Our family's there, our relations are there. Help is there. I think that's the thing, coming from Billings to Seattle, we don't have that much help. Like the amount of help we had in Billings was way more. But before we decided to move over, we talked, we discussed, my family and I, what we seen or what we envisioned for ourselves and what we can get going for ourselves to make the transition better. I'll tell you right now, like I said before, the envisioning part of seeing it is not playing out the way I seen it. I didn't anticipate or predict what we're going through right now. Taking over, I don't know, a month and a half almost of looking for a place, day in, almost probably 3 or 4 days of looking at several houses, that might fit our family, seeing ourselves in that house, seeing ourselves in that community, you know, where it's not a strong Native community. Yes, there's more minorities or people of culture. I don't know how you explain that in some areas, but I didn't see this. I didn't see this happening. I didn't envision this. So this is a bump, or this is something that, you know, there's a speck on the lens, and that I need to figure out how to get that speck off of the lens without scratching it, so it doesn't cloud my resolution or my picture. Using the appropriate tools and know-how to clean that lens so that I can see clearer and continue to see that picture in a good way. Because sometimes I think when we kind of go through life, our lenses get clouded. We use the inappropriate or the wrong tools to help us clear our picture, or to wipe the picture off, or to get through the trauma of things in our life. Excuse me. Samuel Brown says, if you're a tribal member, you must strive for excellence to help the tribe survive. And isn't that so true? Like, imagine, I seen this one picture, actually. I seen this one picture, and I was going through, I think on Instagram or Facebook, and I had like, you know, we're stronger together than alone. And so I had the school of fish, and its mouth wide open. Attacking, like, not, I don't know if it was attacking, but it was about to swallow a great white shark. Now, a great white shark versus a small little fish, there's no match. But you bring a school together, the like-minded mindset, and it builds this big weapon, I guess you'd say, of movement or clarity, of togetherness or unity. Then it can swallow the shark, and the shark could be seen as adversity, could be seen as being something being assimilation, lateral violence, lateral oppression, you know, all these things, you know, that shark could be that. But if we gather together and think alike, move alike, and into the same direction, I think a lot of our pictures will be a little bit more clear. But a lot of us are feuding with each other on the res, or the res mindset or res mentality. But at the same time, there's also positive things too. And I'm not saying that there's all negative things. I'm just saying it can be better. Okay. We can be better as human beings. We can be better as Native people. We can be better as Indigenous people. We can be better as a tribe. You know, we can be better as a community. I know when I go on Fort Belton Reservation, I look at the community and I'm like, man, we can do so much better. You know, like I just see it, even just land wise, you know what I mean? Not accumulating land, but I mean, of course that, but when I drive and I see trash in the fences, when I see, you know, junkiness, you know what I mean? When I don't see people taking pride in their houses, taking pride in their land, you know, that speaks volumes. I have a saying, and I've seen several different houses throughout the years to know if I'm gonna like a house or not like a house. Okay, not in terms of the comfortability of it, not in terms of like the energy of it, but more like, did they take care of the house? Did they care for the house? You know, and so a lot of the houses that we looked at around Seattle, I knew instantly by just the landscape or the way they took care of the yard, how the house was going to be inside. And I'd say 95% of the time, there's the odd few that I was like, oh, surprisingly, it's nice in here. But majority of the time, way more than the majority of the time, the yard was not taken care of. And I walked into the house, and the house wasn't taken care of. And so it's just like, man, like, when we take care of something that we put energy into, that energy is going to be reciprocated through the whole house, you know, and it's going to show a big result of how we take care of ourselves. You know, it's a reflection of how we're taking care of self. I strongly believe that, from cars to houses to a bike to your powwow gear. I have a brother, his name's Alfonso B, and my wife's always bugging me, okay? So, champion grass dancer, freaking beautiful man. He's an awesome man. He's my bro. And when I see him put away his outfit, his grass dance outfit, it's so meticulous. it is so caring and kind. It's so gentle. Like he's just not throwing it in to his bag. Like he takes his plumes off because he has like plumes on his medallions, you know, whatnot. Takes his plumes off and he takes his beadwork and he wraps it up in like some kind of cloth, maybe a towel or just some cloth. And he wraps it up nice and gently and then he lays it. He lays it down in a suitcase. With this roach, when he wraps his roach up, you know, he just doesn't throw it into the car. He just doesn't throw it into the car and let it get all messed up. He puts it on and he makes sure the roach holder, the bats or the holder of the wood or whatever is shaped just like he likes it. He puts it on there and he wraps it. He doesn't do this really fast. He wraps it really light, not lightly, but he wraps it really gently. Gently and firm, I guess you'd say. When he puts his feathers away, you know, maybe he'll smudge them off. I know he smudges them off all the time, but I can't remember if he smudges them off before he puts them in, but I'm sure he's praying with them because he's that kind of guy. He prays and he maybe thanks his feathers for being there for him, and he gently lays his feathers into the suitcase. And he makes sure everything's kind of organized and put in carefully, because if he takes care of that outfit or that beadwork or that outfit will take care of him through his powwow journeys or his powwow life, I guess you'd say. And so I learned from that, you know, I've never expressed it, but I just see it, you know what I mean? And that's something for me to learn, you know, that's something for me. And I do take care of my stuff, but not as well as I should, you know, because based off of how I see him taking care of his stuff, you know. And so that's something that I need to see, picture-wise, see myself doing, you know, so that I can manifest or make that happen the way I see him doing his stuff. And I think that's the way we have to sometimes envision things. If we see something that's clicking with us and say, oh, how come we don't do this? Or how come we don't do that? I wouldn't mind doing that. You know, again, it's not going to happen overnight, but we have to take time in reflection and understanding that to say, you know what, I want to be that person. I want to be like that person. I want to carry on his actions or her actions. I want to get a house like that person. I want to get a car like that. I want to speak like that person. I want to be as funny as that person. It could be your grandma, your grandpa, your uncles, aunties, some stranger. It could be The Rock Johnson. And that was another person I look up to, and his mindset and his mentality is, you know, he gets up at 4 o'clock in the morning knowing that no one else is up. And he's the only one working hard. And if there was somebody at 4 a.m. working as hard as him, he tells himself, no one's going to work harder than I am today. No one. And so that motivates him to work harder. Tony Robbins, if you know who that is, I watch a lot of motivational speakers. He also said, he said there's a lot of people that walk hunched over and head down, shoulders forward, and kind of just walking like this, you know, just head down. And he said, physiologically, there's something happening there. You know, there's no boost of energy. There's no boost of testosterone when people walk like this. And that's another thing. When I see these motivational speakers speaking, whether they be Les Brown, you know, Tony Robbins, you know, The Rock, I make a lot of connections to our people, even myself, you know, man, I'm doing that, you know, or man, I need to have that mindset, or we as a people need to get that mindset, you know, as a native people. And I'm like, dang, they're talking to a mass people. They're not talking just only natives. They're talking to humankind, human people, or human beings, you know. And when I heard Tony Robbins talking about that, I walk around, you know, different reservations, or I observe a lot, and I see a lot of our people walking like that, you know. I see a lot of our youth walking like that. They walk down, shoulders forward, and they're just getting through life, or they're just getting through the motion, you know. Again, there's a lot of youth too that I see that, you know, are happy and energetic. But you know, you can tell when somebody the resolution is not clear, is not sharp, when the picture is blurred up, when their focus is not on something in particular. You can tell, you can see through their energy what is happening. And it's, for me, like I said, it saddens me. It sucks. It's like, come on, man, come on. But I can't, for me, be there all the time. Like someone said, it takes that community effort, seeing this young kid or this older person or this depressed person or this person that went through trauma time, gathering up as a people and backing them up and helping them understand the tools on that camera, helping them understand to sharpen their focus and their resolution to see better of what they know they've always seen. What they always see, but they don't know how to get it more sharper. So I remember Tony Robbins was saying, just physiologically, what happens is if you sit up straight or even stand up straight, shoulders back, take a deep breath in, and you always want to feel like your abs are tightening up, when you breathe in. I mean, not abs, or breathe out, and this posture right here, head up, shoulders back, deep breaths, shaking your head yes, is a lot. Just doing that, you can even like lay down in bed and you can just put your feet up and cross like this, put your feet up like this and put your hands behind your head. That does something physiological to you. Sorry, I'm talking to the camera, the computer camera, not the phone camera. That does something physiologically to you to help you get a different perspective on life, to physiologically feel better, to have more testosterone going on it, to have more, to lower cortisol. So when we open up our chest, shoulders back, head up, and you can, some of you guys could put your chin back if you want, but you're just gonna have this whole row of chins, which is fine. But you can do that and shake your head yes. Repeat these affirmations in your head and telling people, like telling yourself, whispering in your mind, like let's say I see Vicky, let's say I see Eva, let's say I see Stefan, let's say I see somebody coming through to me. I don't have to say anything to them. Nothing, okay? I don't have to say anything to them. But in my mind, I can say, man, I'm a great person. Hey, Vicky. I don't need any confirmation. Just saying I'm a great person. Hey, Stefan. Like just stuff like that. Just, yeah, that affirmation is shaking your head like, I love my life. This is great. Even though you might not be in the picture is not there yet, but envisioning it and having confidence and knowing that it's going to happen. Even though you might not see it right now, it's coming. But we need to have patience. We need understanding. We need to know that we have the know-how, all of us do, to thrive, not just survive. And it's a beautiful thing when we start understanding those things. Life can change for a lot of us. Our picture, our resolution can get sharper and more in tune if we have that for ourselves, And if we just okay with just being okay, and we're just okay with just slumping over and not exercising, not moving, not working through the traumatic events that have happened to us, then we're only going to go so far in life. And I'd rather live a really, really, really happy life. As long as I can, as long as the Creator allows me possibly that I can. But if not, at least I know I lived a happy life and I made other people as happy as they could be through my comedy, through my speaking, through the things that I've witnessed and went through and shared with them. And I think we as a people need to share more with an open heart and listening with an open heart rather than with judgment. Because I think that picture will get clear, not only for individually, but for all of us. As a group or as a movement or as a tribe or as a race, I guess you'd say. But the more we fight it, the more we fight amongst each other, the more we point and we blame, the more we kind of dive, or the more we utilize a system or a way that is not ours, the more lost we will get, the less we will speak our language and practice our traditional and cultural ways, the less we become who we really are. And if we continue to sometimes go down the road of, wearing a suit and a tie and driving your Lamborghini, rather than seeing yourselves in a headdress or a grass dance outfit, and seeing ourselves on a nice looking, I don't know, horse, or speaking our language, or, seeing ourselves smudge up with our medicines and taking care of ourselves with our medicines that Mother Earth provides us. The more loss, I think, in my opinion, we'll get, the more muddled or muddy our resolution will get, because it's not ours. It's somebody else's. It's somebody else's pictures that we're trying to become. Listening to other people and seeing what other people do, that in itself muddles or gunks up our own resolution or our picture, and we won't try as hard. You know what I mean? We won't try as hard to better ourselves because we feel maybe the picture was already drawn for us. It's already spoken for us. We are not putting power into our own words or our own picture. We're allowing somebody else to tell us how to live. Somebody else telling us how to survive, or how to thrive, or how to speak. And within that, we lose our picture. We lose the Alani ways picture, the Pekani ways picture, the Upsalaga, the Cree, the Arapaho, the Navajo, the Ned people, whatever tribe you come from. You end up losing that picture of what and who you come from, because you're trying too hard to become something that we're not. That's something that can help your resolution, is understanding those things and seeing if those things fit into your culture, your tradition, your way of life. And I know things change. I know the world changes, but that doesn't mean that we have to let go of ourselves, our identity, and who we are, and who we've always been, and how we got from point A to point B to who we are now. Doesn't mean we have to let go of those things. You can drive that Lamborghini. You can dress up in a 3-piece, 4-piece suit. You can have that nice wedding gown, But honestly, this is the honest God truth. Yeah, I would mind showing up in a buckskin thong and some breechcloth and having this rippling 6-pack and, a feather in my hair down, and, hauling around my horses, I wouldn't mind doing that. But in today's world, you can't do that. But this is what I do. When I look at myself dressed up in a nice attire, with my hat on, my dressy clothes, I see myself with those feathers in my hair. I see myself in that. I see myself as that proud, native, strong, Indian man, that Alani man, Pekani man. I see myself as that, even though I might not physically be that, I see myself as that. When I speak my language, I say Kasey Nicholson, that's what they call me, but this is who I really am, is Wasnakek when I introduce myself. I didn't have a choice in Kasey. I didn't have a choice in Nicholson. I didn't have a choice in Wasnakek, my Indian name, but that's my Indian name. That's who I am. And I try to take pride in that. And for a lot of my life, I didn't know how to do that. I didn't know how to define my resolution or make my image sharper. But through the know-how and the resources and the tools, healing from trauma, understanding, speaking to my elders, doing research, through all these things, and I'm still doing it, I understand my resolution. I understand my picture. I understand how to make it clear. It's not fully clear yet. I'm still working on it, which is fine. But the important thing is I'm working on it. I'm understanding the camera, and I'm understanding the lens to get the picture as clear as I can, so that when it comes to fruition, when it's manifested to me, I can take a deep breath and say yes, and then create another picture to shoot for as well. My pictures will never stop. My pictures will never, how I see and how I envision will never stop. When I accomplish one goal, I see another picture. When I accomplish that picture, I see another picture. It will never end. I'm always trying to work towards goals. So with that, I hope each and every one of you guys are doing awesome. I'm just going through some of these comments here really quick. And I'll let you guys go. I want to thank you guys all for tuning in to Native Wellness Institute Power Hour. I hope you guys enjoyed today's talk and it brought some kind of insight or enlightenment or whatever it might have been. I don't know. I sure enjoy this each and every time. I want to thank Native Wellness Institute for asking me to be part of this today. I love each and every one of you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. And I pray that your resolution gets sharper, your picture stays beautiful, healthy, happy, and loved. You guys take care, and don't be afraid to stay in contact, stay in touch. And if I see you guys out and about in the world, come up and say hello. If I see you, I'll say hello, of course. And again, thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day. At Nahabat.